tarot reading, how many of you are very curious and you feel so blown away by the whole world of esoteric sciences and possibilities and magic? And so many of us approach tarot reading with the same approach, right? It's about future prediction. That's what most of us are told to believe. So I remember I was just out of college and just for fun, I did a tarot reading with a friend. And at that time, I was not even aware that there will be a time where I will be actually sitting with cards and giving professional guidance to people. No, I was very much in the corporate world, doing a typical corporate job, making sure that all tick marks of my life are ticked off. That was way back, I think about 18, 19 years ago. Then in 2013 or 14, I remember for the first time when I met my Reiki teacher and I'd actually gone to her for a tarot reading. A friend of mine recommended her and said that she's a Reiki teacher and she also does tarot readings. And I was very curious to know about the future and I went for the tarot reading, thinking that it's all about possibilities. But my teacher, she told me something which stayed with me for the rest of my life, not just as someone who received a tarot reading, but also as someone who eventually started giving readings and eventually I started teaching tarot. So, one thing she told me was, Ash, remember, future is not about predictions, it's about possibilities. And I was like, what? You mean the future is not fixed? She smiled and said, no, you can create your future. And I was, for the first time, hearing something like that because I was at that point of time feeling extremely disappointed with life. I felt that, I'm a person who is just thrown into life. A fixed life is what it is. There is a fixed future, there is a past, and there is a present. And I'm only supposed to run towards the future with a helpless thing. And things are going in my life because I'm destined to feel bad, or I'm destined to have some things, and things are always in our destiny. And that's what most of us have been told. Right. But when she said this to me, I just thought a new world opened up in front of me, and I realized, wow, it actually means that I have control of my future. And she said, yes, you have. And there is something called as what we call as your own free will and choice. Wow, that just opened me up to another powerful way of looking at life. Of course, I started practicing tarot readings. I started giving readings to people. And at one point of time, I realized that I have to go more in depth in quantum physics. So I started going deeper into quantum physics. I learned something called as access consciousness, and my mentor always kept telling me that Ashwini, life is a series of possibilities, and you always have a choice. You always have a choice. And his words are, like I said, these are the few words of my teachers, my mentors, which are etched in my mind. And I started studying quantum physics further. And then I started also telling my clients that future is not fixed. And many clients feel very disappointed because they are looking for you to give a prediction. Like I remember people coming to me and saying that, do you think I will get divorced? And my answer to them was, if you choose to get divorced, you will get divorced. And they would say, is divorce written in my destiny? And I always give them answers that everything is a choice. Some clients are disappointed. And I always tell them that, see, if you're looking, before they come for a reading, I tell them that if you're looking for a future prediction, please do not come to me. If you're looking for possibilities for guidance, I'm happy to help you. And that is because I started telling one thing to all my clients, which is life depends on the choices you make. Life is all about possibilities. Quantum physics says that every time you open a choice, you open a new future. Imagine there are countless futures. Okay, so let's imagine that if you make choice A, you will create future A. If you create choice B, you will create future B, and so on. If you choose choice, say P or Q, you will get that future. Now, what do tarot readings show? Because some of you will say, what about those tarot readers who are doing future predictions? Are they wrong? No, they are not totally wrong because they are showing only one possibility. at that point of time, what your thoughts are will be creating one possibility. So, for instance, when people come to me asking, will I get a job or will I stay unemployed? And even before I open my cards and even before I actually look at what the prediction I want to give, I say that if you want a job, you'll get a job. With my cards, I will show you what's the best way to get a job. Because with my cards, there will be a future where you will have no job, you'll be absolutely unemployed in your life. And there will be a future where you will have the best job and you will be living. And both these possibilities are in your life, both are possible. Now, what choices you will make today, what thoughts you will have, what beliefs you are having right now will determine all of that. And my job as a divinations guide is to give you the cards, is to show you the cards where you get the highest possible outcome, which I call as aligning with your highest possible timeline. So, guys, if you're watching this, I always say that, after I started studying quantum physics, whether it is the works of Dr. Joe Dispenza or whether it is the work of, frequency and energy, when I started going deeper and deeper into energy science, I started realizing that everything is possible as long as you believe. I remember once upon a time, it was very in my initial years of my um, work as a transformational coach. I remember a young man walked into my seminar and he came from a very skeptic space. And of course, we always hold space for such people. We always give them a lot of compassion and a lot of, strength, because I know when such kind of people come in your workshops, they're coming from probably a family which has maybe undergone a lot of difficult times and his belief system is kind of not at the best. And he asked me, Ashwini ma'am, if you're saying that everything is possible, today is it possible? I think I want to be the president of the United States. This was in Mumbai, very much Indian young guy in his early 30s and with a very strong skeptic energy. He put this point in front of me. आप तो कह रहे हो सब कुछ possible है. So is it possible for me to become president of United States? Tell me. And I told him that, okay, first and foremost, I'm asking you, do you really want to become the president of United States? And he said, no, I'm just asking. I said, okay, first, how strong is your desire? He said, hypothetically, if I want to be, what it be? I was like, okay, I don't actually answer hypothetical scenarios, but let me break this down for you. If you really, really, really want to be the president of United States, you can be. For that, first, you're living now here in Mumbai, India, working in a software company. Your first step is you're going to apply for a job or an assignment somewhere in the US and you're going to migrate there, right? Maybe your company will send you on a project or whatever it is. Your first job is to go there. And of course, the second job is to make sure that as you work, as you are working in that country, you make sure you start doing some part of service for the people. In another 5 years, maybe become a citizen of that 5 years or 8 years, whatever it is, become citizen of that country, get a permanent resident card, um, or a citizenship. I don't know what are the technical things, but get that. Then start doing some work for the people. Then start, doing some social service. Then start working in the field of politics. And maybe another 15 years down the line, you can start thinking about your dream of becoming the president. And if you keep applying the law of attraction, start taking the action steps, it's very much possible. And I asked him, what will be the first step you take today? Will you apply for another job? Which will, and he said, no, 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 no. I was just testing how this works. And I knew he came from a place of skepticism. But this is a beautiful case study of where, when I tell people that your future is series of possibilities. Now, if you ask me a question, will I get a job abroad? And you ask me to show you the future, I will only tell you that first make a choice, have faith, and let's work on those limiting beliefs which are making you believe that you will not get there. And with my cards, I give you the guidance as how to work on those beliefs, how to work with everything that is going on within, which is not letting you choose that, which is stopping you from believing that you deserve that. Now, this reading can be very empowering. And most of my clients, 99% of my clients, they love this reading because they tell me that Ashwini, आज तक हमें किसी ने इस तरह से गाइड नहीं किया था. People would just show us whether it is possible or it is not, but you are giving us guidance, you are giving us remedies. How beautiful is that? And with that, I see so many of my clients, they get success because first and foremost, they stop going into the internal self criticism, self blame game, or also blaming the others, saying that their destiny is bad, their planets are bad. So, whether it is tarot reading, whether it is astrology, whether it is numerology, all the sciences are beautiful. I've studied all of them. They are beautiful. The problem is not the science. The problem is there are people who are practicing it in the wrong way. So we always come across a lot of half-baked, half-cooked people with half knowledge who only keep spreading the fear and panic. Why do they do that? Because they want clients to be always dependent on them. See, if you're spreading fear about everything around, you will have people coming to you. There are, in the last few weeks, my calendar has been full with tarot reading appointments where people are so scared. They are saying that Ashwini, is 2025 a bad year? Are things going to really go bad? Unfortunately, this is what the social media has spread it, but that's not the truth because there are so many factors for you to have a good or a bad year. It depends on so many things, but most important, it depends on the choices you are making, the kind of mindset you are having. Whom are you aligning with? Whom are you connecting? Are you talking to souls who are high frequency, who are, actually spreading joy? Are you with the set of people who are always supportive, or are you with people who always put you down, who always, some people do that in the name of having fun, mazak kar rahe, and they put you down, they say words to you which hurt you. And there are people who just say that, I'm saying this for your good, and they start criticizing you. If you're going to be with these people, I often call these as the low vibrational people. And again, I'm not blaming them, I'm holding them with compassion. Why are people low vibrational? Why are people negative? Why do people talk negative? Because they have been victims of victims. Someone has put that negativity on them. They are just spreading it to you. The law of, the garbage truck, where a person just goes and the garbage truck puts the garbage on you, and you just go across and you keep spreading that garbage with others. It applies to negativity as well. But what if when someone puts garbage on you, you decide to choose something different? You go home, you take a beautiful bath, clean all of that away, just say that this is not even mine, and you spray some good perfumes or some essential oils and clean yourself, and then you go and spread the fragrance which you are. That's what healing does to you. And when we are with clients, I often tell clients that, the guidance which I give you with tarot readings empowers you. It doesn't disempower you. You will never find someone who will come to me for a tarot reading session and go back feeling more scared. But in fact, I have so many people who come to me because they were scared by other tarot readers, by astrologers, that things are going to be bad. Now, I had this client, this beautiful lady, who had connected to me in 2021 or 2022, just post the lockdown. And she chose to start taking coaching sessions with me in 2024 or in early 2025. And she said, Ashwini, I was not taking coaching sessions for the last 2 years because one of the Panditjis, whom the Jyotishis, who we really trust and know, had told me that 2 years are going to be very bad for you. After that, you can do anything. And then she said, Ashwini, I wish I had done these sessions earlier with you because 2 years I spent in a lot of misery. And then she said that, is it true that because he said that 2 years were bad, things were going bad? I said, no, you believed in him that those 2 years are going to be bad. So, see, life is a series of possibilities. Yes, astrology works. Yes, numerology works. Everything works. Tarot cards always give a right picture because they are working with your subconscious mind. But now it's up to you how you use these tools to empower yourself or disempower yourself. I specially made this video for everyone who wants to book a tarot reading with me. Why? Because I want to tell you that I do not give predictions because I'm a firm believer of quantum physics. I've studied quantum physics, I'm still studying it, and I believe that your life depends on the thoughts. Of course, there are some things which will also happen because these are the pre-life decisions, and I'll talk about that in some other video. For example, life and death, when you will be born and when you will die, will be determined by some pre-decided life decisions, or many times, like, death in your family, losing a loved one, losing a relationship. All of these things will be happening in the greater scheme of things, because some things are, of course, which we know are our pre-life decisions. There are some things which we learn as lessons, But with my tarot cards, instead of predicting things like will someone live, will someone die, will I get a job, will I get married, will I get divorced, rather than asking these questions, when you do a reading with us, make sure you ask questions like, okay, I want to really say have a job. Please give me the guidance how to get the best job for me. Hello, I want to start a business. What can I do to start business in such a way that it thrives? Okay, I know that things are not working out with my relationship with my spouse. What do you think is the best thing we could do? Do you think we should just move our ways away from each other, or should we make sure that things work? And in case of relationships, I never tell things like, okay, leave your partner, or okay, get married to this person only. These are your choices, but I will guide you. I will show you the mirror for you to understand whether you're going to stay in the relationship or whether you're going to get out of it. Remember, you always have a choice, and you always make the choice which is best as per that particular time. And with my cards, whether it is tarot reading, whether it is angel reading, whether it is numerology, whether it is astrology, I will only give you the remedies and only give you the guidances. The rest, everything is your life, and you. Remember, you, my friend, you are very powerful. You can create the life exactly the way you want if you keep choosing the best thing, and if you keep making choices which are aligned for not just your highest good, but for the highest good of universe. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are booking a tarot reading session with this, I'm sure now it has given you clarity. So before you connect to me, make those clear questions, asking for guidance rather than asking for predictions. Sending love, light, and magic your way, and lots of blessings to you on your spiritual journey. Thank you.